Now, this one's a throwback to all the Dead Metal OG fans out there, all the hardcore Dead Metal militia members. You all know that I've done life advice in the past. I've given out legendary recommendations on things like working, on things like how to acquire your games for free. Basically, I put out content that's going to better your life, whether you want to admit it or not. You may not like my recommendations because you're an idiot and you feel like paying for things you don't have to pay for, or you feel like working a job till you're 75 years old, working your fingers to the bone and being a crotchety old man who finally gets to retire because you're being a slave to the system, paying off a house over 30 years, paying off a car over 15 years, just stupid moves like that. I operate on a higher level. I'm not doing any of that shit. And today, I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit and allow you people to understand how to operate, what my recommendations are, and how I can guarantee you're fucking up right now when it comes to the wonderful world of dating. In particular, when it comes to women, because that's the only thing I have any experience with. Now, if you're gay or if you're a woman looking for advice on how to date a man, you're going to want to direct your attention to another channel. I unfortunately cannot help you. But I have quite a bit of experience when it comes to women. So let's go ahead and get started by first figuring out what it is you look to achieve. Now, I'll be honest with you, if you're just looking to get laid, if you guys are just trying to fuck and that's it, just pay for it, man. All right? You need to support your local businesses. So you want to find a street corner in like a shitty rundown part of your town and just wait, all right? They usually the streetwalkers usually come out anywhere from 11 p.m. to like 2 a.m. I don't know. You got to time it right. You got to see what their schedules are. A lot of times these are working girls. Some of them also moonlight as strippers, so it could be worth hanging outside the strip club after they close and seeing if you can get laid that way. But the point we're trying to make here is if you're not in it for a long-term relationship and you're just looking to get your rocks off, you just want a nut, just fucking pay for it. Do everybody a favor, all right? You'll be supporting small businesses and you'll be supporting single mothers, and just fucking pay for it. Don't string somebody along when you're just trying to get laid and then hit it and quit it. Hit it and quit it, we'll get into in a minute. But if you're just trying to nut, just be upfront and pay for it. That's the best advice I can offer you there. Now, if you're looking for something more long-term, maybe you have aspirations of having a meaningful relationship. Maybe you want to connect with somebody. Maybe marriage is in your future. You want to feel butterflies around a specific individual. You want to get engaged. You want to get married. You want to have a ceremony in front of your family and friends. You want to commit yourself to this person for the rest of your life because you love them so much. If that's what you're thinking of doing, well, quite honestly, you're just a fucking idiot. I can't think of something stupider than getting married. Imagine signing yourself away to one piece of ass for the rest of your life. I mean, what the fuck, man? All right, but hey, I understand that people have different things. I understand that brainwashing of the younger generations has basically invoked monogamy as the norm. I'm not saying it's not, right? Despite the fact that 2,000 years ago, cavemen were out fucking like rabbits because they had to spread the seed around to get the human race going. And right now, that's what we should still be doing. But I digress. The point here is that if that's the route that you're interested in going, everything you know is wrong. Everything you know about dating, about marriage is completely wrong. All right, first off, step number one. Forget dating apps. Those things are fucking useless. Tinder, Grindr, Bumble, eHarmony. I don't know. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. I really fucking don't. But I can tell you right now, that's not how you're going to get a woman. No, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to your local bar and you need to find a bitch who is fucking falling down drunk, can barely string together a sentence. Because your ugly ass is not going to have a chance with any of these women sober. All right? So, talk, act interested, even though you're really not. Women love to talk. Let them talk about whatever they want. Talk about their exes, cry about. Women are very emotional creatures. They're going to start crying at the most inopportune times. You kind of just have to zone out in your head, pretend you're playing Call of Duty, pretend you're watching the football game, but just whatever you have to do, just, nod and be like, I understand. Let them get it out. They're hormonal creatures. They'll fucking flip at a drop of a hat. Like, you're gonna have to get used to that, which is why I say I don't know why anybody would want this, but I digress. Moving along. So you've been on a few dates. You've probably paid at least $300 in meals at this point because you're the guy and you have to pay. What a fucking sexist world we live in. Anyway, moving right along to the next step. All right, like, you treat women with respect and you gotta, be very nice to them and you want to win their approval. No, it's all bullshit. It is all bullshit. Women love assholes. Now, this one's actually been around since the 80s and it is 110% fucking true. Nice guys finish last. If you give this fucking woman presents, if you show her attention, if you respond to her text messages immediately, if you wait on her hand and foot, you're going to become the bitch of the relationship. That's just a fact. You're going to end up broke because you're paying for everything. You're going to end up as a local restaurant connoisseur because you're going to be so used to taking her out to eat at the drop of a hat that you're going to know every restaurant's menu in and out. God forbid you try to get some sleep. Phone's going to go off. Oh, here she goes again. She's up crying because she just finished fucking Gilmore Girls or Pretty Little Liars, and she has to mourn her feelings about the fact that the show's over. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, so here's what you do. You just do the opposite of everything I just said. All right, you go out to eat. All right, you pay for the first one because there is, you got to prove chivalry is not totally dead. But come the second one, you take this motherfucking bitch out to like Red Lobster. You go to Olive Garden. You get the biggest fucking portion of whatever the most expensive thing is. You guys are talking, you're laughing, you're having a good time. You're thinking about how you're going to get some later because she's having such a great time. And then here comes the bill. Oh boy, here comes the bill. You look at it, you're like, holy fuck, how did we eat $150 worth of shit? You smile. She's got that look in her eye. She's expecting you to pay. You set the bill down. You say, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. And then you just fucking leave. Let her deal with it. She's going to text you, call you. She's going to say you're an asshole, whatever. None of that matters. She'll be crawling back to your door for the next reason you don't respond. You ghost her, at least for 2 or 3 days. She's going to be so fucking wound up in her mind. She's going to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? She's going to be beating your door down. She's going to be sending you texts every minute. Basically, you've got her on the hook, right? It's like when you're fishing and the hook takes the bait. All right, now you can do whatever you want. You set the stipulations. This woman's beating your door down, not vice versa. You barely give her the time of day. You're making her pay. Women love this shit. They say they don't, but they fucking love it because it creates drama. What kind of shows do women like? They love drama shows because even though they won't admit it, they love having shit like that go on that they can complain to their girlfriends and family about. They love having this inner turmoil. I don't know why, but it's just the way the world works. So they're going to be beating your door down. Give a half-assed apology like, oh, I'm sorry. I had to run out and deal with a plumbing issue at my apartment complex. Just make something up on the spot and then, give that half-assed apology and go get her ice cream. You pay for that, just to kind of smooth things over. And then you just keep looping this shit around and around and get creative, man. Don't just take my word for it. You got to get creative with this shit, right? So let's say you go out to a movie, all right? It's like wintertime or fucking Valentine's Day and there's a new rom-com out. She'll ask you, oh, you want to go see the new rom-com, the one with fucking Hugh Grant and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Gosling? Oh, yeah, sure, we'll go see that. And then when you get to the theater, see, you've already done the research ahead of time and you know that Fast and Furious 11 starts 10 minutes after the rom-com. Now, you can do two things here, right? When you get to the counter, you can say, okay, I want 2 tickets to the latest Vin Diesel Fast and Furious movie, please. And she's going to look at you like, what the hell? And you just put up a hand, right? And the movie attendant's going to know, like, okay, he's got this. And you look at her and you kind of wave your hand, kind of like when you do when somebody's talking to you. You're like, shush down, I'm handling this. Or if she's going to throw a fit and you've got a woman who's not afraid of making a public scene, then at that point you buy the tickets to the rom-com, and because you know that the Fast and the Furious film starts 10 minutes after the rom-com, you get up out of your seat and you just fucking go watch that movie instead. Yes, you're going to get a text, where the fuck are you at? Again, ignore. Hook, line, and sinker. Just enough disrespect to keep their lives interesting because that's what they thrive on. Now, marriage, that's kind of outside the scope of this because if you're married, you're going to be living with somebody and that type of behavior, that's how a lot of guys end up getting pistol whipped. They get their balls taken out. Like, that's not just a trope. That's a legit thing. They end up letting the woman have control of the finances. The women have control of like what they do on a day-to-day basis. The women have control of the TV. The women have control of their entire lives. You can't let that happen. And if that sounds like you got to take control back. All right. So for instance, if they know more about the finances than you do, you take all the money out of the bank account and you just fucking leave. Leave for a day or two, and she's going to be freaking out. You got to get that control back, right? You can't ever give up power. It's a power game. As much as people say marriage is about love, communication, and teamwork, that's bullshit. Marriage is about power, it's about control, and it's about manipulation. It's about getting the other person to do what you want to do. You get married for one of three reasons. One, you want more income. Number two, you want consistent sex. Or number three, you're playing the long game, hoping to get something out of the will. And in that case, you're marrying somebody significantly older than you. It's all about manipulating the other person, right? So, you do shit like to piss them off just enough to keep their lives interesting again, give them some spice to take back to their girlfriends and all of their family members that you can't stand. The thing with getting married is you're going to have to put up with a lot of shit you don't want, right? Like you're going to have to attend family functions. You're going to have to act like you give a shit about your wife's sister's aunt getting pregnant. You're gonna have to pretend like you're excited. There's a lot of weddings, there's a lot of funerals, there's a lot of bullshit. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, that ain't worth it to me. Fuck no, man. But hey, if that's what you want, there is an argument to be made that you'll benefit more from cohabitating with another individual, and sharing expenses and things like that. But that's really it. Love is a lie. Love is bullshit. It's all about getting the other person to do what you want, whether that's through extreme manipulation, giving them the cold shoulder, manipulating them. These are just facts, all right? I'm giving you the tools to make your life better. Let me know if you like this type of content. I try to tell you guys the way it is. I try not to beat around the bush. If you're interested, the next one will be on how to get food completely free. I have not paid for food in 3 years. Boy, oh boy, you guys, if you're still paying for food, if you're at a store paying for food, you are fucking idiots. But I'll be more than happy to share my tricks of the trade. Let me know if you like this.